20 years ago, I had one of the most humbling experiences of my entire teaching career. I was a fresh out of university student teacher in my second year, and I was working at a high school in Calgary. I had designed this brilliant basketball unit to give to my grade 10 students. And after my first class, I have never been so humiliated and felt like such a disaster. Fortunately, my partner at the time was a brilliant educator who understood the art of teaching physical education. And it turns out he actually set me up for that kind of failure so I would move forward in my career knowing that pedagogy that I used, the things that I did, the little things that made the biggest difference were important as I moved forward. So thank you for joining me on this. This is the first video in a long series of supports that I'll be delivering over this year. And we will jump in. My name is Paul Marlett, and I am doing this in conjunction with the Alberta Regional Professional Development Council. So one of the big things that is super important to me is delivering quality professional development for physical educators and wellness teachers. So why me? I was approached just before, probably in June, considered running a series of videos and building some resources to support the implementation of the new physical education and wellness curriculum. And after much thinking about it, I'm a full-time teacher right now. I decided that I was in the perfect point in my career. If you're interested, read my bio. In short, I have taught from grade 1 to grade 12 in almost every there is. I've taught elementary thematics, reading, writing, literacy, and the last 10 years I've actually been a math specialist and a phys ed specialist. So I look forward to getting to know you, and hopefully with your questions, you'll get to know me as we move forward. So why physical education? Why is it so important that we dive in to not only the how to teach, why we teach it? And for me, the biggest piece of this whole thing has to do with this, the pursuit of a healthier population. There, in my degree, which is in kinesiology and biomechanics, one of our profs said if you could bottle up all of the benefits from physical activity and an active lifestyle into a pill, no one could keep it on the shelves because it would improve so many things. So we know that it is imperative for your physical, obviously, health, but also your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual health. Working with the elementary side has been a big gift for me. I'm currently in a grade 1 to grade 9 school as the Phys Ed lead. And what we're finding is that with a few little tweaks and a few little pieces of pedagogy and understanding, we can actually take the Phys Ed class, even though sometimes they're only half an hour long, into something that's more than just like an extended recess, where students are building those skills and teachers are able to assess those skills and to really feel good about the progress they're making. This series that I'm about to embark upon, and they will be live sessions and they'll also be like this, recorded sessions, are designed for the elementary generalists. So we're going to try and build out some materials so you feel more confident teaching specific skills, strategies, and building your own games and learning how to structure a Phys Ed class so you can kind of move with the flow of your classes so they can see continuous progress. And for the specialists, we still have some Phys Ed specialists in this province. Woo! Wish we had a lot more. However, for those specialists who are running a team, this series, I'm hoping, I'll give you a place to send some of your generalists who are asking some of those more specific questions. Build teacher skills to inspire a healthier society. A lot of the stuff that I have studied and a lot of the people I talk to, one of the things we know is that students who enjoy and have fun in physical education and the wellness classes actually lead healthier lifestyles. Okay, there's a direct correlation between that. And this is me. The big part of me is like my first mentor teacher who, as I said, set up fights, like fist fights, when he would point at certain groups. Kids leave the classroom. There's an art to teaching in the gym, and there is definitely a skill set that is unique compared to the classroom setting. I've taught in both, and I've seen the differences. The neat thing is that once you get really strong at controlling an environment in the gym where kids can move around whenever they want, what happens is that your in-class classroom management actually becomes more streamlined as well. And last, it's just fun. Right? The more fun we can have, the less talking we're doing in Phys.Ed, the more excitement we're going to drive around this model. So video support. This is what I am shooting to do. I don't want to make hour-long videos that you can not have to. I don't want to make hour-long videos where you have to weed through to get to the specific pieces that you want. So I'm going to be giving some live sessions, some synchronous sessions. But in addition, I am shooting snapshot videos, again, for the generalist and for the specialist to either direct people or to further your skill set. I have been teaching Phys.Ed for over 20 years and have been mentored by some of the absolute greats in this province. I do some other workshops where it's kind of I pay homage to them. So I have a skill set that is hopefully going to be beneficial to you. So my videos are going to be as condensed as possible, and I'll break those sessions down. We're going to start with a very text-heavy, very heady session that is looking at the curriculum and the new curriculum and how to be efficient through it. I've spent over 12 hours kind of deconstructing and rebuilding the new curriculum in a way that for a phys ed teacher or a generalist, you can go into the gym and actually track progress. So that'll be the first couple of sessions. We will be talking a lot about these things: background, vocabulary, tools, and assessment. Without the vocabulary in phys ed, it's really hard to move forward. Resources. I'm going to vet some key resources so you don't have to wade through the hundreds and thousands of different sites out there. Now, that being said, this is from my perspective. So anything that you feel is going to take you further, go for it. Right? Like I'm not the only expert around. You have sets that I could benefit from. So these resources are, again, a starting point. Physical education pedagogy series. We're going to step a little bit away from just looking at the curriculum cusps into how to assess, build scope and sequencing, and how to move kids through a progress and how to differentiate your class. So if you have a kid who's like a national level softball pitcher, and then you have a kid who can't even throw, I'm going to take you through some series where you're going to get that whole scope and sequence, just like when you're reading with students or when you're teaching kids math. We're going to break that down for the elementary side of things. Specific skill sessions, scope and sequencing, talked about that, and specific activity sessions. We will be running some specific activity sessions. They may not all be from me. There's so many great physical educators out there. I'll be looking for some people to deliver some content that way, and I'll also be delivering some sessions on that. And again, I'll be live and recorded, and other than that, this is me. I'll move my little picture. There we go. Two of me on top of each other is too much. So while we move through things, I'll be looking for some feedback if there's specific sessions you're looking for. I'm here in service. I look forward to supporting you this year and seeing you live, and you'll see me sometimes with facial hair, sometimes without. Yours in the pursuit of a healthier population.